Alright, we head into the town here.
I like this level.
Now this mission is basically just going to consist of following Safer around and doing whatever he tells you. So, it's pretty simple. Nothing really to go over.
Ambush!
Here comes some Galbadian soldiers again.
These are basically like the major villains of the game, aren't they? Oh, for
it's sort of the evil empire that you'll be fighting throughout most of the
Look out, it's Seed.
most of the story.
Forget look out, it's Seed. Look out, it's Squall.
Yeah. The one-man army here.
Holy crap!
At this point, Zell should be doing a good 200 damage too, so he's no panty waste either.
This level does have my favorite music of the game, though.
Definitely got some good tunes.
What were they doing in there? I
Yeah,
actually think if you go back there, that's a bar.
He came out just in the nick of time, didn't he?
I actually think, though, if you do visit there later, it's a bar. And Safer proves he just wants to be a badass.
And Zell calls him an idiot. We get to the town square here, and then after this battle it'll be important to note that there are some things that are going to raise or lower your siege rank. We'll get into that after we take care of this harmless little soldier here.
I've actually never really seen what a Safer's limit break is.
I have, but we're not going to do it. Just
Isn't it something like Pale Cross or something?
if you really want to find out, you know what to do.
Yeah. You don't really get too many chances to see Safer's limit break anyway. Considering this is the only time you actually get to use them. Dog.
Now, he'll say there may be more soldiers kicking around, and what you're going to want to do now is obviously find them. And I went the wrong way. This shows what I know. But there's going to be some Galbadian soldier hiding behind this vehicle here.
Not very good at hiding, for that matter.
We're going to want to take care of him.
I don't know why, but it looks like Squall is bowing to them at first. So that's basically it for the enemies nearby. And then the dog's chasing you.
This little section here is kind of a hassle. You're basically just going to be wanting to instigate stuff with Safer to further the storyline here. So you just talk to him every time something completely random happens, like the dog goes up to him or whatever.
This is funny. Get out of here! Safer does not like dogs. And apparently dogs don't like Safer back.
Not a whole lot of people do. This is quite the way to waste some time too, jabbing yourself in the shoulder with it, with your sword.
The gunblade's definitely got to be one of my favorite Final Fantasy weapons.
Like I said, just instigate stuff with Safer the whole time. You can run around if you want.
Some kind of dog training? Ironic that there's a dog right there.
I suppose. It's not really that ironic if you ask me, but... And Squall's gonna go and hide here and
behind a fountain, which... Apparently the Galbadian soldier can't see him.
yeah, it's...
I love their little sneaking animations. So Safer's gonna break the rules. He's gonna break orders.
Now this is something that's gonna affect your seed rank as well. How you respond to Safer right now. But really, this whole seed ranking thing, to be honest, doesn't really matter all that much, which is why I'm not necessarily doing a perfect run of it.
It just really has to do with money you get, really.
Yeah, but it doesn't. My point is that doesn't really matter either, because I'll be showing you a way to get much more money.
Oh, great, money grinding.
Not necessarily.
And he just burns Zell again. Now it's not so much Galbadians going to be fighting as it is monsters again.
For a little while, not too long.
The Dalit monsters that you actually encounter in this area are pretty interesting. Okay, I think this is going to be a Galbadian, though.
Yeah, anywhere on this bridge you'll be fighting soldiers. Anywhere in the town, mostly.
But when you're going to try and get to the facility up there... Wow, they're really trying to get rid of Squall.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Do the enemies actually focus on the highest level character in this game?
Not necessarily, but it kind of always seems that way. It always seems like they pick on either the highest or lowest character.
Normal ammo, what could that be for? Funny that we're getting that, even though we don't really have anybody who can use that.
And here are the Dalit soldiers that I said you wouldn't actually come across before.
So it's a communication tower we're heading to.
Just talk to these guys here. Just for shits and giggles, you don't need to.
But then this guy's a little important to talk to.
He gives you a little bit of information. And then gets eaten by a giant snake.
In the same manner that the first death in Jurassic Park occurs.
Yeah, somewhat.
I really like the look of this guy.
Shoot her!
And Safer's gonna explain about the EXP.
Basically, whoever kills the monster first gets the most experience points.
And that's gonna be Squall. He just freaking headbutts you.
And this guy has a little bit of health, so you're not gonna... I'm gonna actually Renzakuken this guy. Probably kill him in the next hit, but why not just go overboard?
If this were Final Fantasy X, a big sign saying overkill would come out of the enemy.
Right.
This game just is really in-depth with stuff like that.
Now we head up to the control tower.
Whoa, what the hell?
I'm sure everything's fine.
Apparently the Albanians are repairing an old communication tower. Strange.
Safer only seems to care about killing people, so he doesn't care why they're here, as long as he gets some
Somebody
acid
dies.
for them. Now, this is the first time he references something about having his romantic dream, or this will come into effect later on in the game, but right now it just kind of seems
And Zell to take
a
the
little
few
bit
cheap
wacky.
shots at him. Swatting
Gives
flies.
him another decent burn there.
And get used to Zell crouching or punching the ground. And familiar face.
Here we go, meet selfie.
In the most comical way possible.
It looked like it was slightly painful, but don't help her up or anything, gentlemen.
She's
I'm
just
sure,
fine.
I'm sure she's fine.
It's funny, the first two times you actually meet Selfie, she ends up falling over. And somehow she's over there and not the place you'd think she'd be, not on the other side. That's funny. They're safer. She has a message for Safer, but Safer is apparently,
Now, remember what I said earlier about something coming up that's going to affect your seed rank? This is it. You can either choose to jump off this cliff or be a pansy and walk down. I can't exactly remember what raises or lowers your rank.
But jumping off is pretty
but
cool.
Yeah, jumping off is just badass, so we're going to jump off. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what your seed rank ends up being at the end of this.
There is one thing I can remember that lowers your seed rank, and that actually has to do with one of the GFs you can get.
Now, quick note, now that we have Selfie on our team, what we're going to want to do is take Quetzalcoatl off of Zell
And give
and
Selfie.
give to Selfie. Because we're going to want her as a halfway decent member of our team, just in case either of our two heroes get knocked out here.
But she doesn't have any magic of her own.
So we're going to go with GF magic draw, and what we should probably do is just give her a few things. So we're going to want to get into exchange, move over to Selfie, and just give her the stuff that Zell isn't necessarily using right now. Go into your junction, you know what to do. And we'll be good to go.
Except there's a battle right there.
Lucky me.
Oh, hey, those little things on the ground we haven't seen before. They're not all that big of a problem, though. They are actually pretty weak. Case in point. And Rough Divide. Into the air!
We got him.
Now, Selfie's got one of the weirder limit breaks, though. Isn't it something like a slot machine type limit break?
We'll be seeing later on.
Mm-hmm. Also, Squall doesn't look like it'll last much longer.
You let me worry about that.
Yeah, of course it's big. Comes running out. Hey, I need to talk to you. I'm just gonna walk back inside.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't care. And here we are in the communications tower. As you can see, there's a drop point over there that you're going to want to check out.
Blind.
Not really useful, but
It can be useful.
I just like the animation.
Blind can be useful sometimes, I guess.
Not really. Now we're going to save our game. And we're going to be heading up the control tower.